Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you into this live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now, here is the star of the show, the one, the only, John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and good evening, one and all, to our live coverage of the Saturday night's ball game. It is Game 5 of our 6-game set between the visiting Midland Rockhounds and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight is Princess Night here at the ballpark, as every little girl is dressed up like a princess, and so far, gonna be a pretty good night tonight for all of our little ones. After the game, sit back, relax, enjoy the best fireworks show courtesy of West Creek Trail Rides. Go online now at samissions.com, purchase and print your tickets from home. You can also download the First Pitch app from Minor League Baseball or watch for free using Bally Live. Don't forget, we are live Tuesday through Sunday here on YouTube Live as we bring you coverage of our home and road games as we go through this season. Well, we're going to get a pregame show going, and we got to say hello to our returning viewers here tonight here in YouTube Live. And so far, pretty good. We say hello to Bentley, who just joined in. And so far, got to say hello there to Bentley. Well, anyway, as we get going, I'm introducing my partner, Bob. How you doing there, Bob? I'm good. How are you, John? Very good. Happy Saturday. And happy day after your birthday, it looks. Well, that's true. It is May 9th, a Saturday evening, and boy, I gotta say, looking out the window, hardly a cloud in the sky on this evening. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it's really pretty outside, and so far, just a nice evening here in San Antonio as we get Game 5 ready to rock and roll here tonight. And so far, gonna be a pretty nice one. Well, you're absolutely right there, Bob. Well, we're asking all of our fans tonight here at the ball game to sit back, relax, and enjoy the best fireworks show after tonight's game, as we will conclude Game 5 after this evening. And so far, don't forget our 1 o'clock game tomorrow as we'll wrap up our series against Midland, and then we'll get ready for Tuesday through Sunday this next upcoming week against the visiting Wichita Wind Surge. And so far, going to be a pretty good one. Well, we'll make this pregame show short and sweet, and we're going to take you down now on the field as we present tonight's live broadcast. This one is brought to you in part by our favorite horse ranch, and gotta say it is West Creek Trail Rides. Give a call at 210-616-6585. And so far, a pretty good one in that one. Gotta say San Antonio at 15-16, Midland at 19-14. Andrew Dahlquist is a right-hander getting the start here tonight for San Antonio. And so far, he's the one on the mound, getting things about set to go. Leo Dallas DeVries coming in as he's the first one for Midland. Set to go in this one. 3 magic words. Let's play ball. And the first pitch is underway as that is foul tipped, and the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Fans still piling into the ballpark. And that one skied high in the air, straight away, out in foul territory, and it'll go out of the ballpark for no balls and 2 strikes to count. Missions in their home white uniforms. Midland wearing their orange and grays tonight. Pretty good right there. That one is fouled off and still hanging on. No balls and 2 strikes to count. The 0-2. Fouls that one off and still hanging on. Last night, San Antonio winning a final score 7-6. What a beautiful base hit. That won the ball game for one of our prospects. That one high in the air straight away. The catcher will have his eyes on it. And that'll make the play for out number 1. Let's go ahead and give the visiting Midland Rockhounds the starting lineups. DeVries, Halter, Nankiel will be the leadoff 3. Pataro, man and white middle. Bovias, Dickey, and Rodriguez will round it out for Midland. The second baseman is Colby Halter as he'll come in. Absolutely love the orange jerseys that Midland wears during their road series, and they even wear it at their home games too. Especially if their home whites are dirty with all that dirt that gets engrimed in the jersey itself. So pretty much we use a pretty good laundry detergent known as Bravo Plus Laundry Detergent. Makes your whites whiter in every load. As proud sponsor of San Antonio Missions Baseball. No balls and 2 strikes, and the windup and the pitch right there. Called third strike, and they got him. Well, the first one for Andrew Dahlquist, striking out the leadoff second batter in the Midland Rockhound order. And here is Nate Nankiel. Nankiel will come in, will take inside a strike, and the count now 0-1. Crowd still piling in on this Saturday night. 5th of the 6-game series against Midland. And that is right there in the count now, 0-2. Series will wrap up 1:05 our start time tomorrow with a 12 o'clock gates open. Well, right there, high in the air to straightaway center field as Kai Roberts will get it. And that will do for the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Midland. And we are headed to the bottom of the first. It's no score through 1.5. Nick Hernandez, a right-hander, getting started for the Rockhounds as he gets ready to go here tonight. And what do we know, Bob? He's got an ERA of 5.06 with a 21.2% strikeouts, 259 over a 294. And so far, pretty good. Leading off the bottom of the first inning, shortstop Clay Dungan. We'll take that one inside. And the count now 0-1. Candace Fitzgerald, hello, how are you doing? Here's the windup and the pitch. That one down and inside for a cold strike. It's 0-2. Got a beautiful San Antonio atmosphere. No clouds, except for a few. And that's going to be right there. And that is going to get through for a line drive base hit. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. Roberts looking good. And the pitch is a slider inside. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count now. Runner at first, nobody out here for the San Antonio Missions. We're in MLB The Show 26, if you know what this one is called. The Texas League Baseball. Runner at first, nobody out. Kai Roberts, the center fielder. Here's the 0-2. That one straight away, high in the air, up to center field. And that is out number 1. With that, let's give the San Antonio starting lineups. Dungan, Roberts, and Salas will lead it off for the 3. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian middle. Verdugo, Murphy, and Castagnon will round it out. Candace Fitzgerald wants a pretty good shout out, and hey, everybody, go subscribe to that channel right now. Go for it. So shout out to Candace. Ethan Salas coming in. There's no balls and 1 strike the count. And here's the pitch. That one is a high flyer. Straightaway center. And that is out number 2.
Batting for the first baseman,
Romeo Sanabria coming in. He's the first baseman tonight. Well, you're quite welcome. We love to make everybody stay here in San Antonio. Romeo Sanabria will come in. Will take inside the strike. And it's the count now, 0-1. 2 outs, runner at first. Here in this half inning. That one high in the air, straightaway center. And in time, as that will do for the final out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for San Antonio. Second inning coming up, it's no score, 3-1. Well, leading off for Midland, the first baseman is C.J. Pizarro as we get ready to go for the second inning. It's ready to go as Andrew Dahlquist getting set. Wind up and the pitch is in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. Well, you're quite welcome. Sorry if you had a bad day and stuff. The 0-1 delivery.
Strike 2.
And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Great crowd we have here in San Antonio, as always. Just absolutely love it. High in the air, straight away. And that will go out of play, foul. And the count now at 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup got him out, fouled for strike. 3 called, and there is 1 down. I bet he didn't see that one coming, but it sure outfooled him, no doubt about it. The 5th hole batter is Luke Mann. Mann coming up and hits that one out of play, foul. And the count now 0-1. We got to give a special shout out to our visitors here tonight watching on YouTube Live. So special shout outs here tonight. Bentley says he's got a baseball game tomorrow. I wish him luck and wish him the best of luck. Well, good luck there, Bentley. We're rooting for you from San Antonio, Texas. That is right, Bob. We are. No balls, the 2 strikes the count now to Mann.
Yeah.
Your doggy says hi. Well, thank you. Tommy White coming in now. 2 down. Nobody on for Midland. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow in the final game of this series is Bark in the Park Sunday, presented by our pet supply places. That is Petco, PetSmart, and also West Creek Trail Rides, the best horse riding place that is ever known in San Antonio. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2. West Creek Trail Rides has been a proud sponsor of San Antonio Missions Baseball. God bless you too there, Kansas. And here's the pitch. Right there, the count now still holding on at no balls and 2 strikes. And even though in 2024, when I found that place, pretty good horseback riding. Absolutely love it. Check it out. Visit westcreektrailrides.com. Well, definitely, most definitely check it out, because you won't regret in checking something out like horseback riding. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Midland as we head to the bottom of the second inning. No score through 2.5. Well, the right fielder, Braden Carpathios, coming up now as we lead off the bottom half of the second inning for San Antonio. Man, I tell you one thing, Bob, it is a beautiful evening for this baseball game, don't you think? Well, I think Mother Nature is really good to you after your birthday, and so far having your favorite team in town, that's even better. Well, both of these two teams are good. Well, you're welcome. Not feeling well. Oh, that's not good. Well, that is a strikeout right there as Braden Carpathios getting the first out. And now here's a 6-hole batter, designated hitter, Albert Fabian. Fabian coming in and getting ready to go here tonight. Sun fixing to set, stadium lights coming on full effect. And that's going to be high in the air, right there to center, and that's through for a hit. Wow, first San Antonio missions hit by Fabian. And that was a pretty unique hit. Rosemond Verdugo coming in now. The 7-hole hitter. And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Got a great crowd tonight, and even in our YouTube live as well. Here's the 0-1. That one ground ball straight away. Second for one, and they got him. Nope, never mind. They... Cool. Boy, I tell you what, that double play was really dropped by the first baseman. And that is in for a strike to the left fielder, Kai Murphy. And the count now at 0-1. Boy, that double play nearly got the inning coming to a close. And that's going to be lofted high in the air. That is down for a base hit. And now that's going to put runners at second and third, and still 2 outs. Man, that line drive base hit is getting San Antonio going early in this one. Marcos Castañon, the second baseman, coming in as he's ready to go. And that is a slider right down the pike. And the count now 0-1. Well, we love all of our visitors coming in, especially those that come from Midland. No balls and 1 strike. Here's pitch. That one is in for the strike. And the count now 0-2. 2-away, 2-1 here in the bottom half of the second inning. No score as Castañon comes on. And right there, called third strike, and that is the half inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for San Antonio. And we now head to the top of the third, and still no score through 2. Well, the favorite MLB would be the San Diego Padres, San Antonio's own AA affiliation. Third inning set to go. Here is Brian Bovias. As he gets ready to come in, we'll watch that one take inside for a strike. And inning number 3 already underway. Pretty good here, John, I gotta say. Yeah, for sure. Here's the count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Blew it right by him for the 5th strikeout. Going to Andrew Dahlquist. So 26 pitches already through this game for the starter. And here is Jared Dickey right there. High in the air, straight away. Castagnon calling off Sanabria. Will make the play. And that is out number 2.
The catcher, Rodriguez.
C.J. Rodriguez, tonight's Rockhounds catcher, coming in. Looking pretty good here tonight for our San Antonio starter. And that is going to get fouled in the way. The count now 0-1 to C.J. Rodriguez. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch right there and in for a strike. And the count now 0-2. Could be a 1-2-3 inning. But evidently we've seen a few hits come in this ball game. And right there, called 3rd strike. They got him. And that's how the inning comes to an end. No runs, hits, or errors for Midland as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. And it's still no score. A right-hander, Corey Avant, coming in as he'll be the first reliever for Midland. Avant now pitching for the Rockhounds. Well, leading it off for San Antonio, Clay Dungan as we get set to go. Bottom of the 3rd for San Antonio, and that's in for a strike. And the count now 0-1. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line straight to center field, and that's through for a base hit. Boy, getting pretty good for San Antonio. I know they get the hits in, but they really got to get something going. That is getting some runs in the score. That is for sure. Maybe some home runs would be a key component of getting into another win, like they did last night. Well, I got to say, John, that was a pretty good ball game, especially on your birthday. The final score 7-6. Well, San Antonio taking that ball game. If you watched the broadcast last night, which we did, it was one heck of a game. Really love it. Now the day after your birthday, and right there now, and there's Kai Roberts getting struck down by Avant, and that will bring in Ethan Salas. Salas coming in, ready to go. And that one's going to be right there. Line drive to left field. That's through for a hit. So 2-on-1 out as that'll put a runner in scoring position now. So the favorite team in the MLB would be the San Diego Padres. And yes, Oakland Athletics as well. So got 2 major favorite ball clubs. Well, pretty good. First baseman Sanabria coming in is 0 for 1, a line out. First and second, 1 man down, bottom of the 3rd. No score to the point. And right there and in for a strike. The count now at 0-2. I hope everybody's enjoying our live coverage of tonight's game, and I'm taking it. They're loving it. I gotta say, John, getting pretty good with the baseball commentating. Well, Bob, I've been doing this for 6 years, since 2021. Ever since San Antonio came back from the AAA Pacific Coastal League under the Milwaukee Brewers affiliate. So far, when Amarillo was a San Diego Padres team back in 2019. Yeah, we were up in Amarillo. Well, that is for sure. That's going to be right there. Line drive. That's getting through for the base hit. 1 run scores, 2 run score, and that's a 2-run double by Carpathios, and he is closely back in standing. And that's double meat cheeseburger coupons courtesy of Whataburger. Boy, San Antonio coming in, and now a 2-0 ball game here in the bottom of the third. Boy, and that was pretty good for the 5-hole hitter. Yeah, that was a 2-run shot and the RBI double. That's what got everybody double meat cheeseburger coupons here in the ballpark. That for sure. Here's the 0-2. And that is right there. Line straight away right field. And that's through for a hit. And they'll be stationary as first and third. Won't chance another run coming across with that ball getting back in. But pretty good on base hits. Here is Rosemond Verdugo. So a pretty good one here tonight as he'll take inside a strike. And it's the count now, 0-1. The fielder's choice goes to Verdugo. He's 0 for 1. That is in for a ball, and the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. First and third, 2 away. San Antonio up 2-0. Mission's in a no-hitter here tonight. And that is in for a strike, and the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be right there. That gets down base hit. And that'll score in the run from third, and now it's a 3-0 San Antonio lead. Wow, gotta say, absolutely beautiful. Mission's having the home field advantage. Boy, it's like giving Midland a massage. And boy, I tell you, give them that deep tissue, they might just say, ouch. You're funny. Left fielder Kai Murphy coming in, 1 for 1 double last time around. So far, just a beautiful evening. Sun fixing to set. Wished we had some clouds. I mean, that would really turn the sky orange. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat too. 1 more night game this week on a Saturday night, and then a Sunday afternoon ball game. That's coming in pretty good. Well play made as that will do, but 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And boy, tell you what, it is going to be a pretty good one. 4th inning coming up as we get going here in this one. Shortstop Leodalis DeVries coming in now as we lead off the top of the 4th inning. As that's a slider well and inside for a strike. The count now 0-1. No hit ball game here in this one.
Strike 2.
And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-2. Pretty good here this evening. Wind up and the pitch. Called third strike. Slider got him looking. 7th strikeout for Andrew Dahlquist. And pretty good as he's pitching one heck of a ball game. He might be tonight's top player of the game if he can keep this on. Early on is Colby Halter as he'll get ready to go, and he hits that one high in the air. And that goes to the center fielder, Roberts, as he'll make the play for 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder named Nancy.
Nate Nankill, the right fielder, coming in. 0 for 1 to flyouts. Here's the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss. Boy, getting him chasing out of his own shoes on that fastball for strike one. The pitch. High in the air, straight away. And the left fielder will get there, and he'll make the play to end the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Still a no-hit ball game for San Antonio as we go bottom of 4. And it is a 3-0 lead for San Antonio. We're back here after commercial messages here in this one. This one brought to you in part by our fans there at West Creek and those that are joining in the audience here tonight. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom half of the 4th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Marcos Castañon coming in as he will be the first one up for the bottom of the 4th. 9-1-2 due up against Corey Avant. And that is well and inside for a strike. The count now at 1-1. San Antonio 3, Midland nothing. No hit ball game right now. That one straight away up the center, and that's through for a hit. Man, tell you one thing, coming in with the hits, that's a good feeling right there. If you can get in, win it in the top of the 9th inning, that would be a pretty good one. Clay Dungan coming in as he'll miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 for 2, 2 singles, a run by Dungan. But anyway, gotta say, a pretty good one here. And right there in the end for strike 1 as he'll get called, and now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. That is going to be high fly straight away. Center field. And that's going to get through for a hit. Runner from first going home. And that is a 4-0 lead on the RBI double by Clay Dungan. Man, Dungan getting it really rough. And here's the manager now as he'll come in and relieve that starter out of this ball game. Well, he's not the starter here. It would be the first reliever. Corey Avant is getting out of this ball game much earlier than anticipated. Stevie Emanuels will come in now for Midland. The 4-seam, a 97, a 87 on the slider, 89 mile per hour on a cutter. Emanuel's now pitching for the Rockhounds. In now, center fielder Kai Roberts. Coming in 0 for 2, a strikeout and a lineout. Wind's blowing from center field, which that's pretty good. Here's the pitch, and that is in for a strike. The count now 0-2. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 5 on for San Antonio, nothing doing for Midland.
That's a ball.
And that is downstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2, here it comes.
Ball.
And a great hold up. That's a count now 2-2. Runner in scoring position as second. And that is chopped foul. And still hanging on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. By Roberts.
No, that missed.
And
That's the ball.
hold up right there. That's pretty good. So that'll load the count full, 3-2. Pretty good hold up right there. And right there, called third strike. And they got him. Boy, Ethan Salas coming in. Is 1 for 2 of the evening.
Ball.
And right there in the count now, 1-0.
Hee-haw.
And right there in the count, 1-1. Boy, just trying to get something going here tonight. And he's going to go for bunts. And right there for the out. So that is not going to work for Salas, as that is out number 2. Romeo Sanabria was a strikeout lineout as 0 for 2 of the evening. As facing off Stevie Emanuels.
Hee-haw.
And no balls, 1 strike the count now, 2 away, runner as second. San Antonio in the front lead, and that's going to get through. A wild pitch. And boy, that is rough. Well, I tell you, giving up that hit, that right there is just rough, I tell you. But now that'll put number 55 in scoring position. Yeah, that is for sure. Dungan now moves up to third. And the pitch is right there down in the zone for a count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Bottom of the 4th, 2 outs, runner at third. Right there, ground hopper, straight away, up to third, and that ends the inning. But Clay Duncan getting a RBI, and so far a pretty good one, as that will end the 4th, and it's San Antonio 4-0. CJ Pitaro coming in as we're back here in the stream. Top of the 5th here in San Antonio. Game 5 against Midland, and that is in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. 0-1 delivery. That one is high fly, foul. Count now is 0-2. Dahlquist now at 38 pitches for his starter appearance. And that is a swing and a miss. 8th strikeout. And Dahlquist doing pretty good. 77% has been his four-seam for strikes. And he has been really getting good. Designated hitter is Luke Mann. And I tell you, Bob, he's out there on the hill just on cruise control. Yeah, he sure is there, John. Right there in the end for a strike, and the count now 0-1. The pitch. And that's in for a strike, and the count now 0-2. San Antonio holding a 4-0 lead against Midland, a no-hit. And that one skied foul. Pretty good confidence from Dahlquist here tonight. And that is a strikeout. And that's the 9th one of the night. One more for free breakfast courtesy of Whataburger. Tommy White, the third baseman, coming in, is 0 for 1 of the ball game. We'll take that in for a strike, and it's the count now 0-1. Boy, if Midland's going to come through right here, they need to figure out where they're going to go And how are they going to do things tonight? Well, that's for sure.
Here.
And right there and in for a strike. The count now 0-2. White took both of those for code strikes, and I would probably be swinging if I was him, on despite the fact that that one strike could get you going. Yeah, if he gets called third strike, he'd be kicking himself after that one. A half inning would come to an end, and probably a manager would get a good talking to him if be like, hey, that's what you got the bat for. Right there to straightaway short in time, and that's the inning. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on as we head for the bottom half of the fifth inning. San Antonio in a no-hitter, 4-0 is the score. Well, we'll be right back as Braden Carpathio's leading it for San Antonio when we come back here in this one. Now set to go for the bottom of the fifth. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Welcome you back to Saturday Night Baseball as we're here at the ballpark enjoying our grand old game of baseball. And so far, a pretty good one here this evening. Well, right there and in for the code strike. The countdown 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count here in this one. And right there, called third strike. And that is the first one here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Well, I will say, if we want to do a little trivia, Bob, how would you like to play? Well, I gotta say, we can go ahead and get something going. That's pretty good to me. Albert Fabian coming in is 0 for 1, 2 for 2, and 2 singles. All right, so 1333 to 1958. Who were we affiliated to?
No, that's down. Ball.
That's a good question, John, but I remember, I think it was the St. Louis Browns, Baltimore Orioles. Oh, wow. How the heck did you know that? Well, if you think that I've been alive for this long there, John, I've been alive for a long while. And right there, called third strike, and that is out number 2. 1963 and 1964. Who did we affiliate in that year? I think the Houston Colts. Oh, wow. Good job. Well, you know your affiliations. Chicago Cubs was 1968 and 71, which that was pretty good. Brewers came in 72. Cleveland Indians was about 3 years, 1973 and 1975. Well, the Texas Rangers came in for the San Antonio Double-A team. 1976. And then Los Angeles Dodgers was 1977 through 2000. Wow. And the Seattle Mariners was 2001 to 2006. That's pretty good. No balls, 2 strikes to Rosemond Verdugo. And here's the 0-2. That one fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2. 2007 to 2018. Who did we affiliate to? I think it was the San Diego Padres. Wow. Well, the 2019 and 2020 season, I think I heard you say Milwaukee Brewers, a Triple-A team way back then. And looking at where we are now today, the San Diego Padres. Well, that is for sure. All right, so we're going to see if we know the titles. And so far, we'll go ahead and get something going on that. And, well, we'll be right back here on the show as we bring you the instant replay through the half of this game. And so far, Bob, I don't want you to answer any of these questions. This is for the live viewers here on YouTube Live. So, to do this one, and we're going to, before we get started, top half of the 6th inning for Midland. A 4-run San Antonio lead here in this one. So we are going to do this. When was the first league title for San Antonio? Anybody could take a guess without cheating. That would be a pretty good thing. I'll give y'all a little bit to decide, and y'all can write it down in the chat. 1 ball, no strikes to Brian Bovius. Don't say it, Bob. I'm warning you. Don't be saying it. High in the air straight away, and that is out number 1. And so far, pretty good. Now, anybody know the first league title for San Antonio? What year was it when they won their first league title? It was not 1989. Can I say something now? Okay, Bob. You may. Was it 1897 when they first got their first one? Wow, way to go there, Bob. That was the correct answer. All right. When was the second league title? Does anybody know? Give a second.
That missed. That's a ball.
1 ball and no strikes to count now. C.J. Rodriguez. You could choose a pretty good game there, John. Well, that is for sure. And that it's going to be a disengagement as the pitcher will step off. And they're going to call him a walk. Somebody said 1983. Well, the second league title was 1903. Wow, well, that's a... So, you know, what was you going to say, Bob? I'm sorry, I forgot about that. What was you going to say? I was going to say 1964. Oh, darn, I'm wrong. High in the air, straight away. And that's the inning. So, no runs on a inherited walk. And now we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And it is 4-0 Missions.
Leading off for the mission.
The left fielder, Kai Murphy, coming in, 1 for 2. Boy, Midland running out of outs. 1964 was going to be my guess, but I changed it. Oh, wow, okay. Well, pretty good right there, man. Well, we got activity in the bullpen as Johnston is warming up for the Rockhounds. And pretty good. That's right there and in for a strike. The count now 0-2. But the last Texas League title that San Antonio won was back in 2013. They've had a division title where they came into the playoff rounds. And the last one that they had was against the Tulsa Drillers back in 2018. That one right there, line drive straightaway center. And that is through for a hit. Oh yeah, I remember that ball game. San Antonio got swept 3 games. And so far it was a best of 5, it looks. Yeah, it was. And so far Tulsa decided to get in there, take 2 at DCJ Field, and then the 1 in San Antonio. So evidently the Padres organization was ending after that season.
Ball.
So right there, the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And right there, the count now is 1-2. But anyway, it was a pretty good year in 2018, and San Antonio nearly got into the championship, but even though they got swept 3 of those 5 games against the Drillers. Roberts 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, a line out. Coming in for San Antonio, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Right there and in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Boy, San Antonio, the last time we've had some runs come in was bottom half of the 4th inning. And that was in for a strike, and the count now 0-2. And they're going to see where that one was. And that call still upheld, and thinking that that was a high one in the air. And that's down in the dirt. And that's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, I would say, does anybody know what the previous name was in 1977 and 1987? I think it was the... Well, don't say anything. Let the people play in the game and stuff. Oh, okay. Well, play made as that ends the inning as we go to the 7th. San Antonio leading 4-0. Colby Halter coming in. It's about set to go here in the 7th inning here for Midland. So think about it, 1977 through 1987. What was the name of the team that San Antonio used to call themselves during those years? 1977, 1987. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one is high. That one's deep, and that's going to get some room. It's gone. And Midland crushes the no-hitter. All right, let me type that in the chat. Oh, looky there. It was the San Antonio Dodgers. Hey, Bentley. Very good. Very good there, Bentley. Wow. 1977 and 1987, San Antonio called themselves the San Antonio Dodgers. He's absolutely right. Well, anyway, that will pretty much do for Dahlquist being in this game. And so far doing pretty good, but now the tables might turn on him as a new arm comes, but evidently he's still in line for the W if it comes to it. Fernando Sanchez coming in, a four-seam slurve, circle change cutter, and a sinker. Coming in here today as we get ready to go. Do you think this is a fun little guessing game on what year, what did they call San Antonio in what year? Bentley said in 1977 through 1987, San Antonio called themselves the San Antonio Dodgers. That was pretty good. Very nice job there, Bentley. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now. Top of the 7th inning here, and we're doing pretty good. And right there, called third strike. And that was out number 1. C.J. Pitaro coming in. Now, this is a question for Bob. Without cheating, what did San Antonio call themselves in 1972 through 1976? Was it the Bullets, the Indians, or the Brewers? You get 3 multi-choice questions. It was the Brewers.
Ball.
And is he right? Yes, he is. You enjoy these questions. Yeah, I enjoy them too. We're going to have to try to have some fun while we have our live stream here tonight. 1-1. And that one is out of play and fouled. So the count now at 1-2. They're going to intentionally walk this guy. Okay, so what the heck was that all about? Well, I guess they didn't want to pitch to this guy, so now they're going to get him going. I think I enjoy these questions too. Shall we continue on those? All right, so in 1963 and 1964, what did San Antonio call themselves on that year? Between those 2 years, think for a second. Sanchez pitching for San Antonio. Here's the 0-1 and in for a called strike. And the count now at 0-2. Bob, do you have an answer yet? Bentley, how about you? You got an answer? There's the 0-2. Called third strike. And that is out number 2 as Luke Mann gets rung up to dry. And that is out number 2. And what did Bentley said the correct answer? San Antonio Bullets. Bing, ding, 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 ding. Hey, that's correct right there. Well, pretty good. Wow. Very nice work to the both of y'all. So Tommy White coming in is 0 for 1 in the strikes. And that is chopped foul. The count now 0-2. Midland trying to come back in this one. A little bit more trivia as we go along the way. And yes, we will continue to go for the little trivia questions. High pop up straight away. Sanabria is not going to touch that one, and that will go out of play foul. Here's my favorite one, and this one's going to be a pretty good one. 1906 and 1918, what did San Antonio call themselves? That's a high pop-up. And where is it? Oh, no. And that's going to drop.
Now batting,
1906 through 1918. What did San Antonio call themselves? All right. Bob, do you got an answer? Was it the Mustangs? I guess you're right. I'm not really sure if you are or not. But there might be, well, you could be right about that. I'm not really sure, but... okay, well, I guess you see that you were right about 50%, but anyway, I'll give you another try. So the correct answers was the San Antonio Warriors and the Mustangs. Uh-oh, and there goes the ball, and that's getting down. And Midland's going to score in a pair on a RBI triple by Brian Bovius. So San Antonio still holding on to a one-run lead. I guess somebody just stared into that bright light. Yeah, the stadium light, I could say. Yeah, that'll do her. Well, here is Jared Dickey. Dickey coming in, and that is right there, and fouled off the count now, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And that is strike two. And 2 outs, a runner on third. 7th inning stretch, about ready to go. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive straight away center, and that is through. And we are tied ball game. And Midland coming back after being shut down for a long while. And they will score in 3 runs, getting in. Okay, so I got another fun game that we could play. And that's going to be right there, high in the air, straight away. And that's getting down for a base hit. And that ball is getting down. And now that'll put runners at second and third in this one. So I'm going to say, what was the longest MLB game by innings? And what day was that on? It was in 1920. I'll give you all a little bit to think about the question. What was the longest MLB game by inning on May 1st, 1920? Here is the 1-0. And that is in for the strike. The count now at 1-1. I don't know if Bob knows it. Does Bentley know it? I guess the viewers know it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now. 2 out, second, third, 4-4 ball game, 7th inning. And that is right there, line straight away, and that is through for the base hit. And Midland will take the lead. So what was the longest game in MLB? By innings? What do you say, Bob? Well, the longest one was Bentley said it was 26, so he's right about that. Yeah, it was 26 innings. And do you know which 2 teams those were? It was in 1920. Well, that's going to be the time that the manager's going to come in. And so far, that's going to do for Fernando Sanchez, as here comes the manager coming in through this one. So, Bob, do you know what the 2 teams were? Boston Braves and Brooklyn Dodgers. Let's see. Brooklyn was right. And, yeah, Boston. Yeah, there you go. But even though, Boston Braves was right, but Brooklyn Dodgers, they didn't call themselves the Dodgers. It was the Brooklyn Robins. So you were getting there. You almost had it right. But very good. So right there is Hawkins who get it. And that's going to do for the half inning. Well, we go to the 7th inning stretch here as the Midland Rockhounds come back and put a 5 on the board. And they'll lead it by 6-4. The catcher, Ethan Salas, coming in, is 1 for 3. You didn't know what the second name was, so that's okay. You took a pretty good guess there. Yeah, you did pretty good. And right there and in for a strike, and the count now 0-2. Well, glad you guys are having a pretty good 7th inning stretch as we bring you back to the ball game. And right there, whoa, that nearly just about took his nose off. That one right there, bouncy ball straight away, short. Right there to first, and that is out number 1. But the longest professional game in AAA. What was the 2 teams called? And played 33 innings in 1981. 2 team names. It was Pawtucket Red Sox and Rochester Red Wings. I went to that ball game. You did? Well, there's something we don't know about, Bob. Yeah, I went there and saw them take on the Pawtucket Red Sox. Wow. And it was 33 innings, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. Here's a 1-2. Well, Bob, you answered that one correctly. Pretty good on that. And that is out number 2 as Sanabria is out. Well, the right fielder is Braden Carpathios, is 1 for 3, double, 2 RBIs, and a run. But, hey, good job on playing the trivia games here tonight. here on the live stream. I think that was pretty good. Rockhounds leading San Antonio 6-4, bottom of the 7th inning here. Braden Carpathios coming in. Here is the 0-2 delivery, and that is right there, straightaway center, and that is through for a line drive hit. But do you know what year that 33 innings was in? Besides taking a guess there, Bob. Albert Fabian coming in, and that's going to be a line drive straight away to center. And now San Antonio trying to get back in this game. Now the go-ahead run is Rosemond Verdugo. Bentley says 1981, right on the money, he's right. Wow. Doing pretty good right there, John. Yeah, y'all are doing pretty good. It's like y'all know y'all MLB trivia or something. No balls, 1 strike. Verdugo coming in. And that will miss outside. It's the count now, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2-1-2 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's a swing and a miss. Ooh, that's nasty. 1-2 here in this one. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him, and that is the inning. Boy, this guy really happy that he got 2 back-to-back strikes, but evidently those were swing and misses right there. So 8th inning coming up. Midland out in front, 6-4. Back here at the ballpark, top of the 8th inning. Nate Nankiel coming in as we're set to go for our last 2 innings on this Saturday night. And that will be in for Nate Nankiel. We'll take that one in for a strike. And the count now, 0-1. Got a good crowd here at Wolf Stadium here in San Antonio. And so far, a pretty good one. High in the air, straightaway center. And that is out number 1. CJ Pitaro coming in, 0 for 2. And that one is going to be high in the air and foul. So the count now at 0-1. One more game before our next 6-game homestand. We take on the Wichita Wind Surge. Wichita, Minnesota Twins AA affiliate. Okay, so this one. Who knows where they came from? Wichita? Where they came from? Is that what you said? Yes, Bob. High in the air, straight away, shortstop will get it. And that is out number 2. So the Wind Surge, they, well, I'll take y'all to a few minutes to see if you know this question. Where did Wichita's team come from? Oh, that's a good one right there, John. That'll nail you for a question. You know, right there, play made, as that will end the inning. Any guesses? What about you, Bob? Okay. I would say New Orleans. Yes, it's a U.S. state. But, well, okay. Yeah, you got it right there, Bob. New Orleans is where the Wichita Wind Surge was created. I mean, after they got in, they had 2019, the Baby Cakes, they had their final season in AAA baseball. Right there, and that's through as Kai Murphy gets on. And that'll put Midland down into an error. I don't think that manager is happy. Yeah, I don't think he's happy either, John. Marcos Castañon coming in. Bottom half of the 8th inning. And that one's going to be right there. Now to play foul. And the count now 0-1. So yeah, pretty good night here tonight here at the ballpark. Just got to absolutely love how this evening's turning out. Well, hopefully San Antonio can win it here tonight. Downtown buildings there in downtown San Antonio starting to light up pretty nicely. The 1-2. And that is chopped foul, still hanging on. San Antonio down to their final 6 outs in this ball game. Here's the 1-2. Outside, and that's going to get loose. And that is a wild pitch. So most evidently, that ball gets away, hits the backstop. And so far, pretty good on that. Castañon coming in is 2 for 3. And that is right there, straight away, up to short, in time there at first. And there's one down. Clay Dungan coming in, 3 for 4, double, 2 singles, RBI, and a run. At nighttime here in San Antonio is having a Saturday night ball game. And that is right there for a strike. And they are going to contest that. And that is going to be upheld. So no dice on that. Clay Dungan coming in, ready to go. And he hits that one out of play foul. So where the Wichita wind surge came from was New Orleans, Louisiana. And yeah, Bob, you were right about that. I mean, they spent 2019 and then got moved to Wichita. And pretty much on that. That's right there, line drive, and here comes a runner from second, and he's across the score. And San Antonio still has a fighting chance. Well, pretty good right there as San Antonio getting a pretty good win. A win possibility here tonight. And right there and in for a strike. And the count now at 0-1 to Kai Roberts. 0 for 4 and 3 strikeouts. Walk-off much needed here in this ball game. And that one is a count now 0-2. Runner at first here in the bottom half of the 8th. Midland 6, San Antonio 5. And that is just outside. It's count now at 1-2. That's right back up through the middle. Underhands it. And there is out number 2 by the force. And so far, a pretty good underhand throw. I haven't seen one of those in a long time, but that was a unique, crazy play. And Bentley was right about that. That was very crazy. Yeah, he sure is. He's right about that, John. And I'll tell you, what a play that was. Yeah, the Savannah Banana play. Boy, that guy ought to go play for the Bananas. Yeah, he ought to go. Go all the way to Savannah.
Ball.
And that one is high and outside. It's the count now, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tying run to the first base area.
No, that's outside.
Sweeper trying to get him. And the count now, 2-2. And right there, it is going. Oh, man, that could have been a home run. And right there, out of strike 3. And that is the side retired. Man, that could have been a get out ball if it would have hanged a little bit right. But evidently it went out of foul. Well, top of the 9th inning we go. And it is 6-5. Tommy White coming in. 6-7-8 due up against Garrett Hawkins. As that is fouled off. The count now at 0-1. I know, Bentley. I would have said that would be a no way in heck would that call be ever right for that previous play to get counted foul. So no balls and 2 strikes. And evidently the yellow foul pole just tells it all. No ball, 2 strikes. And that's a high fly right there out of play. Yeah, we are all looking to see if San Antonio can walk it off here tonight. That'd be pretty neat. Here's the 0-2, and that is chopped foul. And the count now, 0-2. Still hanging on is Tommy White, who is 1 for 3. And again, sends that one out of play, foul. One more game against Midland tomorrow afternoon for Sunday baseball. 1:05 our start. Gates open at 12. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him for the first strikeout in the 9th.
The batter, the center fielder, 14,
Brian Bovias is 1 for 3, triple, 2 RBIs and a run. Welcome back, Candace.
Hack.
And that is in for the strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And that is a swing and a miss. And the count now at 0-2. Here's pitch. High chop foul, and that will go out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to count now to Bovias. And that's a high pop-up straightaway center. And Roberts will get this one for the out.
now batter, left fielder, Jared.
Yeah, it's been a really good game thus far. I agree with you, Bentley. Jared Dickey coming in. 2 away, nobody on. 9th inning here for Midland. And that's going to be right there. Line drive straight away up the left field, and that's through for a hit. Boy, San Antonio trying to keep this deficit right where it is. Hopefully trying to keep them in range of walking off again here tonight like they did last night. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that is chopped foul. And the count now at 0-2. One more for Midland. Here it comes. 0-2. Swing and a miss. They got him. Well, San Antonio trying to get things going as Romeo, Sanabria, Carpathios, and Fabian will get things ready to go here in the bottom of the ninth. Well, a new arm, Giraffe Hartlieb, the Rockhounds, but most evidently, things getting pretty good. Here's the pitch. That's right there and out of play. And the count now, 0-1. Sanabria is the tying run, winning run on deck circle. And that is right there. Liner straight away center. And that is through for a hit. Well, everybody in the live stream say, let's go Missions. Yeah, you get the crowd going there, Bob. Let's go Missions. Braden Carpathios coming in as that's in for the strike. The count now 0-1. 2 for 4, double single, 2 RBIs and a run here tonight. And getting ready to go. Here's the pitch, and that one is just outside. It's 1-1. Bottom of the ninth, runner at first. That's the tying run. And that one, whoa, that was up high. Here's the pitch. And the sinker is down low, and the count now at 2-2. One home run could win it for San Antonio here tonight. And that is back up the middle, line drive base hit. Let's tie it up here tonight. Well, San Antonio ain't going to go quietly in this one. Here is Albert Fabian, as he'll take a sinker inside. And it's the count now at 0-1. 3 for 4, 3 singles tonight for the designated hitter. Pretty good night for San Antonio, Bob. I gotta say, absolutely right. That one high fly in the air. And they're gonna catch that one in foul territory. So that will leave 2 outs left for San Antonio. Yeah, Bentley said it. Oh, no. Rosemont Verdugo coming in, and that's going to get away. And that's going to put runners at second and third. Man, and I tell you one thing, the tying run is 90 feet away. A base hit needed right behind the backstop, and that'll get San Antonio's second and third runners going. And now Verdugo will take in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners second and third. And that's a slider, and that is chopped foul. 1-2 the count. Trying to get something going. Here's the pitch, and that is back up the middle. Line drive, here he comes. He's going, and he walked it off. San Antonio took it. The Missions, my golly. They are celebrating. A 2-run that came in, and boy, what a night. That will put San Antonio straight to 4th place. And now put Corpus Christi down to the 5th place position. Our final score 7-6, as that was a pretty good night. And don't forget, this series will conclude tomorrow as we'll play our last game against Midland. And you did. Yep, Bentley says got to experience 2 walk-off wins by the Missions. And so far, a pretty good one. It is a good one. What a crowd we had, and thank y'all for coming out and joining us here on YouTube Live. And we are going to have the Sunday game coming up. So hope you guys come in for that one. And it's going to be a pretty good night for San Antonio. Well, fireworks going off at this hour, and so far, let's give you some runs, hits, and errors. First for San Antonio, 7 runs, 17 hits, and no errors. And for Midland, 6, 7, and 1 as we get going. Well, Bob, I got to say, pretty good night for the Missions. And so far, 2 back-to-back walk-off wins for a Friday and a Saturday night game. And so far, pretty good. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. It was a pretty good one. But the loss goes to Gerard Hartlieb. Clay Duncan is a 4 for 5 with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and so far pretty good. Well, San Antonio winner tonight is Garrett Hawkins. He'll take the win for the Missions. Gave up 1 hit, struck out 2, and gave up no earned runs. What's that right there? Pretty good. Well, anyway, Sunday game coming up at 1:05 for Sunday afternoon baseball as we get ready to wrap it up for the Rockhounds and San Antonio. Well, that was a pretty good win for the Missions. And a day after it is, this ball game was the day after my birthday, so pretty good on that. Well, anyway, we're just about set to go for a pretty good one, and so far we'll see how things turn out. But anyway, Sunday game coming up tomorrow, 1:05. So anyway, we'll see y'all back in a little while for the makeup game against Midland.